Welcome, Ayubowan. So, we're going to have a look at a grammar lesson today, which is going to be a focus about past simple. Ada අපි 4 වෙනි intermediate level එකේ grammar lesson එකට බලන්න යන්නේ simple past එක ගැන. දැන් ඕගොල්ලෝ කරලා තියෙනවා beginner level එකෙත්. You have done the same kind of information in your beginner level, but this is just a bit more advanced in the sense you will be doing a lot of practice questions on your own, right? Past simple with be verbs. We make the past simple just like the simple present, except we use was and were instead of am, is, are. ඉතින් present simple එකේදී අපි use කරන්නේ be verbs හැටියට am, is, are. ඒ වෙනුවට ඒ වගේම තමයි ඒ වෙනුවට අපි simple past එකේ use කරන්නේ was සහ were, right? Was and were කියන be verbs දෙක. Positive, he was tired. Positive plural එකට use කරන්නේ we were on holiday, right? So if it is singular, you can see was. If it is plural, you can see were. Negative එකේ singular nang was not, right? Contracted from wasn't, right? So she was not sweet or they were not at work. So negative එක තමයි was not කියන එක. Contracted form එක wasn't. They were not. Negative එක plural එකේ ඒකේ contracted form එක තමයි they weren't at work කියන එක. හරි? Right. So let's have a look at practice question 1. Make this past simple positive or negative. Right? ඉතින් අපිට තියෙන්නේ be තියෙනවා නම් positive කරන්න, not be තියෙනවා නම් ඒක negative කරන්න. Right? So it was cold yesterday. Singular it කියන්නේ. She was hungry. She කියන්නේ ඒක වචන. It's singular. Was. We were. Right? Plural. I was tired. Always remember the rule. I was. He was. She was. It was. Right? You were. They were. We were. Plural form. Okay? The exam was difficult. They were in Berlin. You were in the library when I called you. The holiday was fun. He was early for the interview. The people, plural form, we met last night were French. People කිව්වහම plural. බහුවචන. Right? Right. Now, the negative form. The woman was not. නැත්තම් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කියන්න පුළුවන් wasn't Spanish. Julie was not. Julie කියන්නේ ඒක වචන. Because Julie is singular, negative is was not or wasn't. The food acts like a singular. The food was not. Or you can say the food wasn't. Very good. They not be my uncle and aunt. They were not. Or you can say they weren't. Plural form. I, not be rude to the waitress. I was not, or I wasn't. The test was not easy, or you can write wasn't. I'm writing both to make you familiarize with the contracted form. ඉතින් මම දෙකම ලියන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඇහැට හුරු කරගන්න. Was not, wasn't. Were not, weren't. එක හුරු කරගන්න. Right? We කිව්වහම plural. So we were not. We weren't tired when we arrived. They were not. Or they weren't on the bus when I called. You were not. Or you weren't here when she came. Next one. He was not. Or you can say he wasn't my boyfriend. Okay? Right. Yes, no questions with B. Right? Think, how do you make a yes, no question? Right? You can change the position of was or were and the subject. Let's have a look. Right? Was I late? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Right? මුලට ගන්න ඒක. Was. Be verb එක එනවා නම් was hari were hari මුලට ගන්න. Right? ඊට පස්සේ subject එක දාන්න පුළුවන්. Right? Was I late? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Were they at the cinema? Yes, they were. No, they weren't. Right? Now, if you want to have a WH question with the be verb, දැන් ඔන්න එනවා WH question එකක් එනකොට be verb එකත් එක්ක. To make a WH question, the question word goes at the beginning of everything else and then the remaining bit is the same. දැන් මෙච්චරයි. be verb question එක හදනකොට be verb එක ඇවිල්ලා subject එක ඇවිල්ලා නිතුරු ටික එන්නේ. දැන් WH question එක හදනකොට කිසිම වෙනසක් නැහැ. WH question tag එක විතරක් මුලට දාන්න. Right? Why was I sleepy? පේනවද? Was එක එහෙම තියෙද්දී WH question එක මුලට දානවා. Was I sleepy? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Why was I sleepy? Because I didn't sleep. Question එකක් අහන්නේ. Why was I sleepy? Why were you sleepy? Okay? How was it? Right? Was කියන එක ඉස්සරහට තමයි how වෙන්නේ. How were they? Right? How was their performance? එනවා WH question, right? In front and then, right? Where were you when I called? There you are. The question tags පුළුවන් තරමක් හදලා දාන්න comment box එකේ, then we can see if you're getting it correct. Okay? Right. Now with that, we are going to make past simple yes or no or WH questions, right? John be at the party. Then be verb එකනේ තියෙන්නේ, right? Was John at the party? Right. So be verb එක එන්නේ John කිව්වහම singular. So was John at the party? මතක තියාගන්න question tag එකක් හින්දා අගට question mark එක දාන්න ඕනේ, right? Because it is a question tag or a question, remember to put the question mark at the end of each question, right? You be tired yesterday. Were you tired? Were you? Subject එක නෙන්නේ ඊට පස්සේ. Were you tired yesterday? Right, next one. The weather be good. Was the weather good? Next one. We be too noisy. Then we කිව්වහම plural. එහෙමනේ. So were we verb එක ඇවිල්ලා were we too noisy? අපි ගොඩාක් සද්ද වෙලා තිබ්බද? Next one. He be a doctor when he was young. Was he? ඇයි දැන් he කියන්නේ singular. Was, you use was because he is a singular pronoun. Was he a doctor when he was young? Okay, next one. They be in the class last week. Were they? Plural form. බහුවචන නේද? Were they in class last week? Right? She be a good student. Was she a good student? Okay. Right. Let's have a look at the next few questions. I be on time. Was I on time? වෙලාවට ඇවිල්ලා හිටියද? Julie and Lucy be at the meeting. Were Julie and Lucy at the meeting? Right? It's plural. ඒක ඇවිල්ලා බහුවචන හින්දා තමයි අපි were දාන්නේ. We be in Paris. Were we in Paris? Again, plural. I බහුවචන නේ. Were we in Paris? Next one. Where you be? Right? Where were you? ඇයි එහෙම දාන්නේ? WH question tag එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒක මුලටම ඇවිල්ලා තමයි be verb එක එන්නේ. Where were you? දැන් rule එක හොඳට පුරුදු වෙන්න. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලන්ට mistakes නැතුව questions අහන්න පුළුවන්. Positive, negative sentences construct කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? What that noise be? What was that noise? What was that noise? Right? Now I know a lot of people teach you grammar patterns. හැබැයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ නීතිය පොඩ්ඩක් දැනගෙන patterns පුරුදු වෙනවා නම් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට වඩාත් ලේසි වෙනවා. Right? Because you have to know something. Right? Pattern එකක් උනත් ගිරවා වගේ කියන්න you should know it. Right? So it's very important that you get a good understanding of how the sentences are built or how the question tags are built. Okay? Who that man be? Who was that man? කවුද ඒ මනුස්සයා? Who was that man? Next one. How the weekend be? How was the weekend? කොහොමද වගේ සතියාන්තේ ගෙවුනේ? How was your weekend? Where the money be? Where was the money? කොහෙද සල්ලි තිබුණේ? Where was the money? Right. Okay. Off we go, right? So we have written 16 question tags තව ඕන තරම් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට practice කරන්න පුළුවන්. මොන හරි confusion එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලියන එක sure නැත්නම් you can drop it in a comment box so we can have a look at it. Okay? Right, so we have 4 more. Let's do that as well, right? Why the door open B? Why was the door open? Next one, who the teacher be? Who was the teacher? How your holiday be? How was your holiday? අපි ඒ structure එකටම තමයි මේ දාගෙන යන්නේ, right? What the weather like be? What was the weather like? කොහොමද weather එක? What was the weather like? Next one, why the children awake be? Why were the children awake? Ay lamai nagitala hitiye. Right? Okay, so now we are going to have a look at past simple with other verbs, right? Now we make the past simple just like the present simple except we use did, right? Do does වෙනුවට did. Do you work? Right? Does she work? Did she work? Did වෙනුවට දාන්නේ, right? It's really easy because did doesn't change even if it is with he, she, it. Did she work? Did they work? Did it work? Singular plural කියලා වෙනසක් නැහැ. ඕන එකත් එක්ක did යන්නේ. හැබැයි මතක තියාගන්න එහෙම කරනකොට සමහරක් ඒවා තියෙනවා regular verbs. ඒ කියන්නේ ed නැත්නම් ied d form එක තමයි අගට එන්නේ. Like cook cooked, play played, listen listened. හැබැයි irregular verbs උත් තියෙනවා. Go went, freeze froze, cut cut, sit sat, right? Run ran ඒ වගේ irregular verbs උත් තියෙනවා. d form එකක් නෙවෙයි සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම වෙනස් වෙන ඒවාත් තියෙනවා. cut 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 ඔක්කොටම present past participle එකත් ඒ වගේ, right? So it's important that you understand that we have 2 types of verbs, the regular verbs and the irregular verbs, right? So she brings some chocolates to the party. She brought irregular එකක් brought, bring, brought. I heard, hear, heard, right? I read 3 books. I read 3 books. Spelling ekama tamai. හැබැයි present the past කියලා බලලා තමයි read hari read hari කියලා අපි කියවන්නේ. They speak, they spoke. Past tense එක ඇවිල්ලා spoke French to the waitress. He understand, he understood. During the class, but now he doesn't understand. I forget, I forgot to buy some milk. She have a baby in June. She had a baby in June. You lose your keys last week. You lost your keys last week. They swim 500 meters. They swam 500 meters. I give my mother a CD. I gave my mother a CD for Christmas. Right? At the age of 23, she became a doctor. She became a doctor. I know, I knew the answer yesterday. He tell me, he told me that he lived in Toronto. We lent. Lend නෙවෙයි past tense එක. Lent John £200. Drink, drank. She drank too much coffee yesterday. The children slept in the car. Sleep එකේ past tense එක slept. He kept his promise. I chose the steak for dinner. The film began late. We flew to Sydney. Flight නෙවෙයි, flew to Sydney, right? Flew, some people say flew, right? Bring, brought, hear, heard. Read, read. Speak, spoke. Understand, understood. Forget, forgot. Have, had. Lose, lost. Swim, swam. Give, gave. Know, knew. Tell, told. Lend, lent. Drink, drank. Sleep, slept. Keep, kept. Choose, chose. Begin, began. Fly, flew. Right? So, there are some irregular verbs. ඉතින් ඒක practice කරන්න තමයි මම මේ activity එක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට දැම්මේ. So, ටික ටික බලන්න මේව විතරක් නෙවෙයි. ඕන තරම් irregular verbs තියෙනවා. ඒකට කිසිම නීතියක් නැහැ irregular verbs වෙන්නේ ඇයි කියන එකට. So, මොකක්ද ඔයගොල්ලෝ කරන්න ඕනේ? language එකට පුළුවන් තරමක් expose වෙන්නේ. හින්දා internet එකට යන්න ඕන තරම් list තියෙනවා. ඒ ටික ලියාගෙන චුට්ටක් ඒක බලා ගන්න. මොකද ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ලියනකොට general උනත් academic උනත් අපිට අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම past tense එක ඕන වෙනවා. Right? Okay. So with that, we move on to the negative form of irregular verbs. To make the negative, there aren't any irregular verbs. All the verbs use did not plus the infinitive. ඉතින් regular, irregular කියලා නැහැ මෙතනදී. Negative ලියනකොට regular උනත් irregular උනත් did not නැත්නම් didn't කියන එකට infinitive base verb එක තමයි අපි ලියන්නේ, right? We didn't wash. I did not eat, right? Eat, ate ne irregular verb එක නම් past tense ate. ඉතින් කියන්නේ I did not ate. I did not eat. ඒක තමයි මතක තියාගන්න ඕනේ. Negative එක එනකොට did එක, right? Did not, didn't ne. ඒකත් එක්ක එන්නේ infinitive නැත්නම් base verb එක. Base form of the verb තමයි එන්නේ. ඒකෙදී අපි past tense එක ගන්නේ නැහැ. අන්න ඒ නීතිය තමයි ඊළඟට ඔයගොල්ලෝ මතක තියාගෙන practice කරන්න ඕනේ. මම ගොඩක් වෙලාවට දකිනවා I did not eat කියලා කියනවා. එතකොට ඒක වැරදි. I did not eat. ඇයි ඒ මිස්? ඇයි ඒ තමයි නීතිය තමයි did not නැත්නම් didn't එක්ක එන්නේ infinitive of the or the base verb කියලා අපි කියනවා. Base form of the verb. Right? So try to remember that and practice. And if you want, you can type some sentences up in the comment box and we could get back to you. Right? So let us have a look at some practice questions. Right? Api then did not කියන එකනේ use කරන්න පුරුදුනේ, right? So when you have did not, නැත්නම් අපි didn't දැම්මොත්, next the verb should be infinitive, that is in the base form, right? So ඒක මතක තියාගෙන let's do some practice questions. Make the past simple negative, right? I not go out last night, okay? So go out is going to be your main verb. So I did not go out because it's in the infinitive, right? I did not go out last night. Next one, you not come to the party. Come is going to be your main verb, right? You did not come to the party. She not loved chocolate as a child. Love is going to be your main verb, so it needs to be in the infinitive form, right? So she did not love chocolate as a child. So don't say chocolate. Okay, I'm going to say chocolate, but it's actually chocolate. Okay. He not like sport. Itin like කියන එක තමයි infinitive එකේ තියෙන්නේ. He did not like sport. I would rather say he did not like sports, but okay. Okay. Next one. We not study for the exam. So study is the main verb. එතකොට ඒක තමයි infinitive එක හැටියට අපි තියන්නේ. So we did not study for the exam. Next one, they not cook at the weekend. Cook, infinitive. So they did not cook at the weekend, right? Next one, Lucy not meet her friends last week. So meet is your main verb. That is in the infinitive form, right? So Lucy did not meet her friends. Lucy did not meet her friends last week. Right? Okay. Question number 8. I not stay at home. Stay is your main verb. I did not stay at home. Okay. You not do your homework. You did not do your homework. Now you could use the contracted form, right? Did not කියන එකම නෙවෙයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඕනනම් didn't දාන්නත් පුළුවන්. That's perfectly fine, right? Mama did not දානවා මොකද ලියන හින්දා. But if you want to use didn't, that's perfectly fine. කතා කරනකොට හැමතිස්සෙම මම කියන්නේ you use the contracted form, right? So John did not work in the bank at the same time. John did not work in the bank at the same time as me. Right. Question number 11. They not play tennis yesterday. They did not play tennis yesterday. Right? So play is your main verb. Okay? We did not go on holiday last year. Go කියන එක තමයි main verb එක. That's the infinitive form, right? So we did not go on holiday last year. Question number 13, right? Julie and Anna not clean the house at all. Julie and Anna did not clean the house at all. Next one, she not cry much as a baby. She did not cry much as a baby. Next one, he not drive to work, right? So drive is your main verb. He did not drive to work. Okay, right? Now, I not remember to buy milk. Remember tamai ape main verb එක. So, I did not remember to buy milk. You not wash the dishes. You did not wash the dishes. David and I not dance at the party. David and I did not dance at the party. They not play the piano, so they did not play. They did not play the piano. Next one, it not rain yesterday. So rain is like your main verb. Ehinda, it did not rain yesterday. Right, so with that, let's move on to the next theory point, or rather, for me to teach you what you have to go through next, right? To make a yes or no question, put did before the subject and the infinitive after it. Okay? So, මෙතනදී අපි බලන්නේ yes no questions with other verbs. එතකොට yes no question එකක් හදනකොට did එන්න ඕනේ subject එකට කලින්, infinitive එක එන්න ඕනේ subject එකට පස්සේ. Right? So, let's see. Regular verbs එක ගත්තොත් did they කියන්නේ subject එක. එතකොට did කියන එක එන්න ඕනේ ඊට කලින්. Did they watch infinitive එක එන්න ඕනේ ඊට පස්සේ. Did they watch TV? Yes, he did. No, he didn't. Yes, he was. එහෙම උත්තර දෙන්න බෑ. Did nang? Yes, he did. No, he didn't. Negative එක නම්. Right? එතකොට yes, he did watch TV. මොකද did එක එන්නේ base form එක. නැත්තම් infinitive එක. No, he didn't watch. Didn't watch TV. I එන්නේ infinitive එක තමයි උත්තරේ දෙනකොට. Irregular verbs එක ගත්තොත් did he do his homework? Infinitive එක නෙන්නේ. Yes, he did. No, he didn't. Okay? So මතක තියාගන්න ඕනේ yes no question හදනකොට අනිත් verbs එක did එන්නේ subject එකට කලින් infinitive එක එන්නේ subject එකට පස්සේ. Right? So you have to really remember that rule, and when you answer yes he did, no he didn't. දිග උත්තරයක් දෙන්න ඕන yes he did watch TV. No, he didn't watch TV. Okay? Right. So let's practice a few questions. Make past simple yes, no questions, right? Did I see you last week? Then enne did එක එනවා subject එකට කලින්. Did I? ඊට පස්සේ එන්නේ infinitive එක, right? So did I see you last week? දැන් මේක question එකක් හින්දා අගට question mark එක දාන්න ඕනේ. Right? You meet your father yesterday. Did මුලට එන්න ඕනේ subject එකට කලින්. So did you meet infinitive එකට පස්සේ did you meet your father yesterday? Next one. We go to Spain in June. We තමයි subject එක එහෙනම් ඊට කලින් එන්න ඕනේ did. Right? We, then the subject, right? So go is an irregular verb. ඒ වුණාට අපි infinitive එක දාන්න ඕනේ. හින්දා did we go to Spain in June? Next one, it snowed last winter, right? It acts like the subject, right? It's a pronoun rather. So did it snow is your infinitive last winter. Next one, they stay in last night. Did they stay in last night? Right? Did they stay in last night? Question number 6. Julie watched a film on Saturday. Julie is your subject. Watch is your infinitive. In the subject එකට කලින් තමයි did එන්නේ. Did Julie watch a film on Saturday? Right? Lucy passed the exam. Lucy තමයි subject එක එහෙනම් ඊට කලින් එන්නේ did. Right? Did Lucy pass the exam? Subject කියලා කියන්නේ ක්‍රියාව කරන කෙනා. Okay? You have fun at the party. You is the subject. Before you, then we should put did. You have fun at the party. I lock the door? Did I lock the door? Mama Dora වැහුවද? Right? Sally and Victoria go to a cafe at lunchtime. Sally and Victoria, both of them are then the subject, right? So, did Sally and Victoria go to a cafe at lunchtime? Okay. Right. Right. So WH questions with other verbs, right? WH question එක කොහොමද අපි අනිත් verbs එක දාන්නේ කියන එක තමයි මෙතනදී බලන්නේ, right? To make a WH question, put the question word at the beginning of a question, right? Not a sentence. I would say rather put it at the beginning of a question. Okay. So, to make a WH question, what, where, when, why, right? ඒ වගේ question tag එකක් හදන්න නම් WH එක මුලටම දාලා ඊට පස්සේ structure එක එහෙමයි. Where subject එකට කලින් did, ඊට පස්සේ subject එක, ඊට පස්සේ infinitive එක. Where did they watch TV? එතකොට එන්නේ they subject verb එක they watched TV at home. කොහෙද ඒගොල්ලෝ TV බැලුවේ? When did he do homework? Right? එයා කොයි වෙලාවෙද homework කරේ? When? He did homework last week, or he did his homework last week. I would just go he did his homework last week. Okay? ඉතින් මතක තියාගන්න ඕන pattern එක තමයි WH question එක මුලට එනවා, ඊට පස්සේ did එනවා, subject එක එනවා, infinitive එක එනවා, rest of the question tag, right? Right. Practice question 6. Make past simple WH questions, right? එතකොට where you go to school. WH එක මුලට එනවා, where. ඊට පස්සේ තියෙන්නේ subject එක. එහෙනම් subject එකට කලින් එනවා did, right? So where did you go to school? Right? Because you have the WH question tag, ඊට පස්සේ did, ඊට පස්සේ subject එක, ඊට පස්සේ infinitive and the rest of the question tag, right? When she arrived, when did she arrive? Again, WH question, did, subject, infinitive. Why he eat so much? Why did he eat so much? Next one, what they do yesterday. What did they do yesterday? What did they do yesterday? Okay. Again, WH question. Did, they subject, do is the infinitive, rest of the question tag. Next one. Who did you meet at the party? Okay, So it's asking you who did you meet at the party because did comes before the subject and then the verb, right? Next one, how she come to work this morning? How did she come to work this morning? Pattern එක මතක තියෙනවා නම් you'll be able to quickly construct the sentence or questions accurately, right? Where I leave my glasses. එතකොට W question එක තමයි ඉස්සරහට එන්නේ. Where before the subject did. Where did I leave my glasses? Next one, when he get home last night. When did he get home? Infinitive. Where did he got home? Because it's the infinitive. That is the base form of the verb. So when did he get home last night? Next one, what you do at the weekend? What did you do at the weekend? Why she get angry? Why did she get angry? Why did she get angry? Okay, this is a question tag, okay? Right, okay. So, using past simple. දැන් අපි කොයි වෙලාවටද past simple පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ, right? To talk about finished action, states or habits in the past when we have a finished time word. Like ඒ කියන්නේ අතීතේ කාලයක් ගැන මොකක් හරි කතා කරනවා නම් ඒ ක්‍රියාව කරලා ඉවර නම් අතීතේ we use the simple past. Yesterday, last night, last year, 2 years ago in 2010, right? My mother went to Japan last year. In 2010, we went to India. Think a nishchita කාලයක් තියෙනවා නම් අතීතේ you use the simple past. හරිම වැදගත් වෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ IELTS writing task 1 කරනවා නම් academic or general, but academic definitely, because when you have maps or timelines, you have to be careful to write the timeline or to use the tense properly. ඊළඟ එක, finished actions or states or habits when we know from general knowledge that the time period has finished. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි දන්නවා නම් ඒ සිද්ධිය අතීතේ උනේ කියලා එහෙමනම් අපිට simple past tense එක use කරන්න පුළුවන්. Kings ruled Sri Lanka in the past, right? This should be more of like a capital K, right? ඉතින් දැන් අපිට ලංකාවේ රජුරෝ නැත්තම් බිසවරු නැහැ. ඉතින් අපි දන්නවා definitely අතීතේ අපිට රජුරෝ හිටියා කියලා. So එතකොට අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් Kings ruled Sri Lanka in the past. අතීතේ රජවරු ලංකාව පාලනය කරා කියන එක you can use it because you know that this happened for sure in the past and it is a general knowledge. You know, everyone knows about it, right? Details of news, you use it with the present perfect as well, right? He has been to hospital after he fell from the building. අතීත ක්‍රියාවන් දෙකක් සිද්ධ වුණා නම් news ගැන කතා කරනකොට he has been to hospital after he fell from the building, right? ඉස්සෙල්ලා වුණ ක්‍රියාවයි දෙවනියට වුණ ක්‍රියාවයි ගැන කතා කරනවා නම් මොකද උනේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා වැටුණා ඊට පස්සේ තමයි ආව ස්පිතාලෙට ගෙනිච්චේ, right? So that action that happened first, right? He fell from the building and then after that he was being hospitalized, right? So you should be able to use the tenses differently because it's very important, right? Next one, actions in stories or lists or events, you use it with the past continuous, right? Right, so I was cooking when my friends visited home, right? Which means that I was cooking before, and then what interrupted my friends visited me, right? So the first action and then the interrupting action. හැබැයි ඒක මේකට වඩා වෙනස් because this happened when this happened. කියන්නේ මේක ඉවරුනාට පස්සේ තමයි මේක වුනේ. ඉස්සෙල්ලා බිල්ඩින් එකෙන් වැටිලා ඊට පස්සේ තමයි ස්පිතාලට යන්නේ. අරක එහෙම නෙමෙයි. ඇක්ෂන් එක කර කර ඉන්න අතරතුර මගේ යාළුවෝ මාව බලන්න ආවා. So two different contexts හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ. Remember, if the verb already ends with an E, just add D, right? Vote, voted. Baked, baked. Use, used, right? If the verb contains only one syllable with the pattern one vowel plus one consonant, you double the consonant, right? Rob, skip, stop, plan. It has only one syllable, right? And it has one vowel, one consonant, then you double the consonant and add ed. එක තමයි rule එක spelling වලට. මේ නිකන් මතක් කරනවා spelling rules ටික අපි beginner එකෙත් කරා. But in case you are running through this without watching the beginner, then this is just like a quick recap. If the word ends in Y or W, the consonant is not doubled, right? ඉතින් එක vowel එකක් තියෙන්නේ. Play is one syllable word as well. But if it finishes with a Y or a W, then you do not double the consonant. පේනවද ed add වෙනවා විතරයි. ඉතින් ඔය spelling rules මතක තියාගන්න if you're weak in your spelling. හැබැයි නැත්තම් ඇත්තටම spelling කියන එක by now you should have developed and you should be able to write properly without any spelling mistakes. Right? So අපි බලනවා නම් IELTS spelling කියන එක වැදගත් වෙනවා. මොකද reading, writing, listening ඒ හැම එකටම spelling බලනවා. Right? If the verb is two syllables and the stress is on the second syllable, then the end consonant, right? So admitted, admitted, admit, right? Admit, mit, right? එහෙම කරොත් last consonant එක double කරලා ed add කරනවා, right? Commit, commit, mit. Second එකේ තමයි stress එක තියෙන්නේ. TED, T එක double කරලා ED add කරනවා, right? Prefer, fur. Fur එකේ තමයි second syllable එකේ තමයි stress එක තියෙන්නේ. එහෙම වුණොත් last letter එක double කරලා ED add කරනවා, right? Unplug, unplug, right? Second එකේ තමයි stress එක තියෙන්නේ. එහෙමනම් last consonant එක double කරලා ED add කරනවා, right? The verbs ending in L in British English are double, while in American English they are not, right? ඉතින් L වලින් ඉවර වෙනවා නම් last letter එක double කරලා ED add කරනවා if it is in British English. But if it is in American English, you can see that we don't do it. Verbs ending in a consonant plus Y, change the Y to I and then add ed, right? So bury, buried, carry, carried, harry, harried. So the most common verbs in English language are mostly regular, so you'll have to think about it. හොඳට spelling rules ටික බලාගෙන ඒ විදිහට spellings ලියන්න පුරුදු වෙන්න, right? Okay, so with that we move on into making them past simple, positive or negative questions, right? Okay, where she go? Where did she go? Question tag එක අග තියෙන හින්දා මං ආයේ දාන්නේ නැහැ, right? What you do? What did you do? He worked in a bank. He did work in a bank. He did work in a bank, right? Agatika tiyenawa, so we don't need to write it. You not call me. You did not call me. You wear your red dress. Did you wear your red dress? He not read that book. He did not read that book. You go. Did you go? Or else you can say, where did you go? WH question එක තිබුණොත් එහෙමත් construct කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? She studied last night. Did she study? Question tag එකක් නේ. Did she study last night? We arrived last. Did we arrive last? You meet. Who did you meet? Okay. Right, next one. They come to the party. Did they come to the party? Next one, she not meet him. She did not meet him. She go. Did she go? Fourteenth one, you meet a friend. You did meet a friend. Which you like? Which did you like? I not forget your book. I did not forget your book. What he do at the weekend? What did he do at the weekend? She not like chocolate. She did not like chocolate. Next one. What you buy yesterday? What did you buy yesterday? Right? දැන් නීතිය දන්නවා. මේක තියෙන practice question එකක් හැටියට. Right? ඔයගොල්ලෝ sentences, question tags ඔක්කොම උගන්වලා තියෙන්නේ. Spellings උත් මතක් කරා rule එක just as a recap. Right? You have a good holiday. Did you have a good holiday? A good holiday, right? All right, so let's have a look at the next practice question. Fill in the blanks using the appropriate word, right? So you have 7 sentences here, you have 8 words. ඒ කියන්නේ එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම වැඩිපුර තියෙනවා. So you have 1 extra word, right? When did you start playing the guitar? When I was 10. So the be verb was. Leonardo painted the Mona Lisa in 1503. දැන් මේකේ බලන්නේ spelling rule එක මතකද කියන එක. Right? My parents visited Italy 2 years ago. The bed was very comfortable. I slept very well. Right. NASA spent, okay, millions of dollars on the space shuttle program. John Lennon wrote successful songs including Give Peace a Chance and Imagine. We went to the cinema last weekend. So we have one extra word, sit. වැඩිපුර තියෙන වචනේ තමයි sit. Okay? Right. Practice question 9. Fill in the gaps with the past simple form of the verbs in brackets. Right? So අපි බලමු මොකද්ද sentence එක කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ වරහන් ඇතුලේ තියෙන එකේ past simple එකත් එක්ක ගලපලා අපි gap එක fill කරන්න ඕනේ. She forget the password and cannot open the safe. She forgot the password and they could not open the safe. Why not be you at home? So why weren't you? Why were you not, right? So why weren't you home last night? We saw, past එක saw. We saw the cat when we arrived at home. I just said when we arrived home is better, right? The window when you, the classroom. So it's a question tag. Therefore, did you close the window when you left the classroom? Ray failed the exam, so he wasn't or was not very happy. She felt ill during the class and the teacher let her go home. So that's the same, right? Last question, practice question 10. Tick the correct sentences, right? She didn't bought the bread yesterday. Varadi base verb ekenne. So she didn't buy the bread yesterday. Make a varadi. So it's wrong. Right. So number 2, I hadn't enough money. Right. So you would say I didn't have enough money. Okay. So that's wrong. Did you know that Sally was my sister? Eka hari. Subject එක තියෙනවා ඊට කලින් did තියෙනවා ඊට පස්සේ infinitive එක තියෙනවා so that's fine. We heard a noise in the middle of the night, so that's also correct because heard is the past and that's fine. Okay. My parents wasn't happy. That's wrong because it should be my parents weren't happy, plural. The teacher told the students to sit down. That's fine. They never didn't receive වෙන්න බෑ. Never none, they never received. ආයෙ එක negative කරන්න ඕනේ නෑ කියන එක we looked at it. So that's wrong. She didn't eat. Ate නෙවෙයි eat. So that's wrong. Where did you buy these jeans, Hari? WH question එක එන්නේ මුලින්. ඊට පස්සේ did. Subject එක infinitive. So that's correct. Was Paul in the library when you went there? That's also correct. Okay. So, was, were question tags. So, this brings us to the end of this lesson, right? Where we had a look at a lot of practice questions, right? And we've looked at the simple past tense, the be verb, did questions, was, were questions, right? So, with that, we come to the end of this lesson, past simple.